All right, everybody. We are back in the news. We are making moves. We are acquiring players. We are setting the roster for 2020. What's up? It is Friday evening, just in front of the 3-day weekend, the Memorial Day weekend. So we're making some moves. We're doing things that are worthy of me making a little video for. So last night I posted the video talking about Devontae Freeman and my thoughts on that situation. And in that video, I actually mentioned the other guy we were supposedly looking at the running back position, Carlos Hyde, formerly a Texan, formerly a Niner. I think he was a Brown at some point somewhere in there. And I did say in that video that if we're going to sign one of those two guys, give me Carlos Hyde any day of the week, because Carlos Hyde actually has evidence that he can still do it in the NFL. Well, today the Seahawks moved on from Devontae Freeman dreams and landed themselves Carlos Hyde on a 1-year deal. The 1 year is good, worth up to supposedly $4 million. Now that part maybe not so good. I was thinking maybe we could get him for a little less than that. I had heard that he only wanted something like $2 million, so when I saw that price tag, I blinked a little bit. But he's had a good season. Had a good season in 2019, like 4.4 yards a carry, 1,000 yards. Now, I don't want to completely drink the Kool-Aid on those numbers because he did get to play with Deshaun Watson. And as a running back, when you're playing with Deshaun Watson, there is extra stress on the opposing run defense because they know what Watson can do. And Wilson, once upon a time, could do things like Watson. Now, not quite so much. I mean, Russell Wilson, he's he's not Sam Darnold. He's not one of those truly immobile guys, but he's not Deshaun Watson at this point in his career in terms of putting stress on the opposing run defense. But Hyde was good last year. He was productive. He was Houston's best running back, and it seems like he can still play in the NFL. He's a power back. He's battled some injuries in his career. Seems like he's managed to shake that the last couple years. So I think bringing him in is good, especially if you're concerned about what happened last year. Obviously, last year was an extreme example, but at the end of the day, we lost Carson at the end of the year. We lost Penny at the end of the year. We lost Procise at the end of the year. We had no running backs left to the point where we had to go pick up a couple of guys off the couch. And then we had to go to our practice squad just so we could field a couple of running backs for the playoffs. So this signing is insurance against something like that happening again. And the more I think about it, like I said in the video last night, it seems like a legitimate concern that this team should have that the guys that we're bringing back this year might not be 100% reliable. Penny in particular, we don't know what he's going to do this year. The more I think about it, the more I'm concerned that Penny might never really make an impact this season because of the stuff that he went through last year. Carson, look, I'm getting every indication that Carson's going to be ready to go for week 1, but with what happened to him last season, it might be a good idea to ease the workload on him to make sure that he has something left for the end of the season, because the last 3 years he hasn't been there for us at the end. And obviously he could just be an injury prone player in general. But if we reduce the workload on that guy, maybe we'll have him come December and January. So I'm pretty good with this signing. I'm glad we got a guy who actually has proven recently that he can still play well in the NFL. I did not want Freeman because I did not necessarily believe he had much left. He had a lot of concussions in his past. I am not wild about spending $4 million on a running back who we might end up not needing. There is still a scenario where Carson comes back and hits the ground running. There's a scenario where Penny gets back after week 6 and he's just ready to go. So it's a little bit dicey when you look at giving this much money to a running back who you might not even really need after week 7 at all. But I kind of, the more I think about it, the more I understand, like, I don't know who we can rely on. Carlos Hyde might have some games this year. It's very feasible where we need him to take like 20 touches. maybe even 25. You don't know what's going to happen with Penny. Carson, he could get hurt again. Carson could not be ready for week 1 or week 2. It's a big mystery, and it's very frustrating for me as a fan right now to try to judge what we can get out of the rushing attack this year. And even though I want the offense to open up, even though I want to adopt a pass first offense, I get it. I understand that we need to be able to run the ball some, no matter what kind of offense we have. And I think we've taken measures today to make sure we have that because, look, Travis Homer, I like Travis Homer, but I see him as a third down back almost exclusively. And DJ, I can't bet on any rookies this year, especially a guy like DJ who doesn't have a lot of experience as is. I know what's going on this offseason. These rookies are going to have an uphill battle to contribute. So, seems pretty good to me. I'm pretty happy about it the more I think about it. I definitely balked a little bit when I heard we were going to be giving $4 million to him, but as I thought about it, I was like, I think it's something that we might have to do. These guys that we have on the roster right now, we just don't know what we're going to get at all. It's a big mystery. And, that doesn't even include talking about things like Carson's fumbling and, Penny. Is he good? I think Penny's a really good player who doesn't necessarily fit our scheme, but it's a little debatable if Penny's even good. Now, I don't know exactly how much money we have left. According to some things I'm seeing, it's very, very little. I am somewhat concerned that this closes the door on bringing back a guy like Clowney or going to get a guy like Everson Griffin. So I'm a little concerned about that, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. I will address that when the time comes that they sign elsewhere, if it happens. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Catch me on stream in a little bit if you guys want to talk about this some more. But for now, I'm going to say this seems it's a little frustrating that we have to do this, but the more I think about it, the more I think we kind of have to do this. All right, peace. Go Hawks.